Okay, we're back. So we are looking at practice 6 and 7. So if, for those of you at home, if you're confused about where we are, or even in class if you're confused about where we are, we're here looking at sentences, and we did practice 6 and 7. The first 3 we did together. The remaining ones you'll do for homework, but I just wanted us to do the first 3 together. So if we take a look here, you were supposed to say NS if there was no subject. I'm looking for my marker. NV if there was no verb. And NVS, or NSV, whatever, if there was no subject and no verb. So the first one, both groups in class said NV, there is no verb, right? My wonderful old grandmother, that's your subject. Yeah, now you need to know what about her. How could we finish that? My wonderful old grandmother
is awesome.
is
I said awesome.
Is awesome. Okay. So my wonderful old grandmother is awesome. Right. My wonderful old grandmother is happy all the time. My wonderful old grandmother reads to her grandchildren. Whatever. But we need, this whole thing is our subject. We need the verb afterwards, and then we need to say what. Then we have a complete sentence. Okay? The next one group said NS. One group said no subject, no verb. They said there's no subject or no verb. What do you guys think? Every morning of her long life.
I was thinking life could be a subject, or like a noun anyways. It is a noun, right? Life?
Yeah.
Okay, but I wasn't sure if that
Yeah.
was.
But do we know who this her is?
Yeah.
No. There is no subject and there is no verb. All this is telling us the time, comma. Every morning of her long life, my grandmother, okay, now we have a subject. Now we need a verb. My grandmother
Eats breakfast.
ate breakfast. Okay, because we're talking about the past. So every morning of her long life, my grandmother ate breakfast. Okay, my grandmother read the Bible. Whatever, okay? But all this is doing, this first part, we don't really have a subject yet, we don't really have a verb. It's just setting us up. It's called a dependent clause. It's just giving us a time. It's the same as saying, yesterday, comma, I went to church. Okay? What's the subject? I. What's the verb? Went. Where? To church. Okay? So the same thing. This whole thing is just setting us up for the main subject and the main verb. Okay, the next one, I have an NS here and I have an NSV. So let's take a look. Fixes breakfast for her family. So do we have a verb?
Yes.
We do. What's the verb?
Fixes.
Fixes. We just don't know who, the subject, right? Susie fixes breakfast for her family. You're so kind. That's why we call you Super Susie. So all of you at home, that's a demo. For you guys in class, that's a demo. I want you to do the rest at home. Okay? Moving on to the next one. My niece is a special person in my life. So some people said this is a sentence, and I would agree. Why is it a sentence? What are the things that make it a sentence?
It has a subject.
It has a subject. What's the subject?
My. No, niece.
There we go. It has a verb. What's the verb?
Is.
And is it a complete thought? My niece is a special person in my life?
Yep.
Perfect. Yep. It has an uppercase letter. It has a period. It's great. Okay. Only 9 months old. Fragment or sentence? Fragment. What is it missing?
The subject. And the verb.
And the verb. Yeah. Who is only 9 months old? Okay. Joey is only 9 months old. Now we have a subject and a verb. Oops. Subject and a verb. Okay. The next one, the people who handed this in said fragment. her silky black hair. Exactly. What are we missing?
The subject and verb.
Okay, could her silky black hair be the subject?
Actually, yeah.
Actually, yeah. So, her silky black hair is the subject. Sorry, it's not supposed to be crossed out. Her silky black hair is the subject. Or some people, if you're getting confused by this, just think her hair is the subject, okay? Silky and black and her all describe the hair. That's why we don't just call this the noun at the front, we call it the subject, because it's all about her silky black hair. And what could be our verb? Is, and is what?
Straight.
Sure. I was thinking beautiful.
Oh, okay.
And if we say beautiful, then it gives us a chance to practice spelling beautiful. Okay? Her silky black hair is beautiful. Okay, wonderful. So I want you to do the rest of those as homework. All right? Now, if you need a review on this, I've also included, if you go back to your checklist, you'll notice that I included a video in there for you at home and in class. So I said, watch this practice video. We're going to do one more practice together here, practice 8, but you can also go and watch this video, which will also help you review this. If you cannot understand my craziness in this class, just watch this guy. He's very calm, okay? All right, so going back to your checklist, you guys, we are going to do practice 8 together. So if we go here, and you look at the next page, you'll see a bunch of sentences on there. Again, we're going to do the first 3 together with your partner here in class. And you at home, we will show you these first 3 after we've had a chance to work on them. I'll just press pause here on our video.